Hey folks, welcome to a slightly different episode. I'm basically got a mile left on this walk in the woods and I'm trying to find, there's a 17th century mansion which previously was built in the 15th century. I think they demolished it, or 16th. But at the back garden somewhere there is a secret World War II air raid shelter, and it's meant to be really well hidden, and it's built under what's called a ha-ha wall. Now I'll explain what a ha-ha wall is later in the episode, but it's really unique, and you tend to find these ha-ha walls in old mansions here in England, here in Britain. It's a very kind of traditional thing that they used to do. It's raining a lot now as well. I've heard lots of things about this World War II shelter, but it's a really unique one because it's basically, like I say, built into this wall, and it's like a tunnel. I'm really intrigued about it. I'll roll on some footage soon as well about the history of this shelter, but also I went back through some fields back there and I discovered some ancient, really old abandoned buildings. One of them was really quite spooky, and I did just walk through with my phone. Didn't get the big camera out, but it was really awesome. I'm not sure what these buildings are and what they were used for, but I'm going to roll that footage on after we found this shelter. Potentially we might be able to do an overnight in this shelter. I don't know. It's all new to me. It's just fun discovering stuff. So stay with me, folks, and let's go and find this World War II air raid shelter. I just checked Google Maps, and apparently, according to my phone, this shelter is somewhere up here in this opening. It's a pretty grey day today. I've got a torch with me as well, a camera light, because I'm guessing being an air raid shelter it's going to be very dark. I can't see the mansion yet, and I think it's around this corner. And this looks like the entrance, well, the exit, but just coming through the woods from back there, this is where it is, and you wouldn't even know from back here that whole thing there is an air raid shelter, World War II. And if you were a plane above, you definitely wouldn't know this was here because they've turfed over it, which is pretty awesome. Now let's try and find this mansion. It should be just around this corner. This is the mansion's front lawn, and there in the distance is the mansion. Beautiful setting, lovely red, I think they're acacia trees, those. Some big redwoods up here as well. Look at that. That there is the 17th century mansion, which is now a hotel, a 4-star hotel. But on this site previously there was a mansion that was built, I think 15th or 16th century. Who'd have thought the end of that mansion's lawn is a World War II air raid shelter? Guess we've got to go and have a look now. Wow. That's awesome. Very echoey. So it's basically like a long tunnel, probably about 50 odd meters long. Wow, look at this. What is that? A leaf. Oh. And some sort of ventilation hole. Is that the outside world? Yeah, I can see grass. So that's probably for ventilation and I'm guessing lighting in here. Because if I turn my torch off, bear with me. There you go. I know it's really dark and probably a bit blurry, guys, but those little holes are providing lighting. So you can see through here. I can actually see walking through. It's not pitch black. Well, it's raining. Cool, there's another vent. Oh, wow. I think they're little moths, these things. Wow, look at that. 3 of them. Little red orange blotches on their back. There's quite a few actually, there's more over there. Obviously, oh, there's more up here, look. Different species. Oh, it's raining hard. If you guys can help me, but there's these little slits in sort of diagonal patterns along the wall, and I don't know what they're for. They go up and then they go down, and I don't know if it's for shelving. Another one there. And they go all the way along. Not sure what they're used for though. So, pretty cool shelter. Sorry about the echo guys, but obviously it's a big long tunnel. Just imagine being in one of these when the bomber planes are going over, or hearing the siren going off. It must be so surreal. And it's so claustrophobic, like most air raid shelters. It would just be horrible just waiting here. Obviously the house would probably be the target for the bombing planes, and that's why they built the air raid shelter nearly a kilometre away from the house, at the bottom of the garden. But it still doesn't make that feeling any easier of knowing that what could be flying overhead. Really cool that this piece of history is still here. Potential place for an overnight. I mean, that's quite spooky, isn't it? Coming up Halloween, who knows? A mansion house existed on this site since 1561, but the first hall was not built until 1700. The original mansion was actually demolished, and it was said that there was an old covenant on the property which meant that timber could not be felled within sight of the house, or while the house was still standing. I'm guessing to keep the beautiful views. So the Earl decided to demolish the mansion entirely so that the standing timber on the site could be sold. The mansion you see today is now a Grade 2 listed 4-star hotel. During the First World War, the hall served as a hospital. Towards the end of World War I, it was acquired by a major who had a distinguished war record as a cavalryman. During the Second World War, he formed a shipping company, and the hall became his headquarters for his famous shipping line. In 1948, the hall became a school, up until 1985, where it then became the hotel that it is today. There is a lake within the gardens, which used to provide the hall with its water supply. A ha-ha wall marks one of the boundaries of the estate. A ha-ha wall is a type of sunken fence that was commonly used in gardens and parks in the 18th century. The point of a ha-ha was to give the viewer of the garden the illusion of an unbroken, continuous rolling lawn, whilst also providing a boundary for grazing livestock. The name derives from the success of the optical illusion that it created, making people who finally realise what it is as they approach it go, aha! Cringy, I know, but it's pretty cool history. Well, there you go folks, I hope you enjoyed that. Something slightly different, really cool though, and it's a nice World War II shelter that I've not seen that type before. I'm going to roll on some footage now as well of when I was exploring some of the abandoned buildings in a field just through this woodland, which was quite cool. Don't know the history of it, but just something totally different really. Look at this. Roof is absolutely caved in. I don't know how derelict this has been for how long. And writing on the door. You have already been caught on camera. Where? There? No camera there. What an awesome old building. Let's go inside. Wow. That roof is so dangerous. It's just hanging there. There's the fireplace. Obviously not been used in a while. It's just totally caved in a storm, I guess. There's some doors. It's so overgrown. Whoa. This is nuts. Kind of scary, this. It's like someone's been sleeping up there. Hello? Because that's not creepy at all. A saw and some gloves. Whoa. Weird. Amazing though. What is that used for? Hanging tools on? That's what creeps me out at that shelter. It's like someone's sleeping up there. A bed. There's another abandoned building just up there. Can you see that? Just over there. Let's go and check it out. Getting some odd vibes in here, definitely. Military Chinook helicopter coming, which obviously isn't bothered about me in the field, but I'm just following these deer trails really. I don't think humans have really walked here for a long time, so I'm just following the zigzaggy deer trail, game trails, because they obviously use this path. What is that, some sort of water tank? Water tower? It looks like it's cast iron or something with big rivets in it. High up, I'm guessing some sort of water tank. Again, not sure how safe it is under here. It's got like a wooden base to it. There's some doors, so I'm guessing this used to all be enclosed. What is this? Yeah, look, there's a tap. Sorry, there's a valve. I'm guessing water from the looks of it, and it's either for maybe old irrigation for the field. What do you guys think? Irrigation for the fields maybe? Where does that go? Into the ground. Oh wow, look at that foxhole maybe? Lots of animal scat there. Stinks as well. Old blanket. Wonder if someone crashed here. Looks like a little umbrella thing there. Oh, there's even shit up here. Oh look, there's another valve up here. So they're in the corners. And there's one there. And then there's a huge pipe here. Is this an old school irrigation thing for the field? Was maybe that like an old barn for animals? But it's got a chimney and everything, that house. I can't seem to find any history on this place, so I really don't know. Well, on this particular, these derelict buildings, I can't pull up any history on it, so I'm having to just guess. But I'm really not sure. To me, this is like some sort of irrigation house or something. Was it used in the war? Was it for animals? Was it for humans? Here's the tank. Bit of a beast. Oh look, there's another abandoned house over there. That one's got old scaffolding on it. This place is like a graveyard of abandoned buildings. Wow. Not much left of this one. Chimney stack. Got a tiny little fireplace there. Obviously a fire. Burnt it down, judging by that charred bit of wood there. Hence why most of the brickwork's left. There's a bathtub. Must have been a fire. Looking at all the burnt wood there. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Do appreciate it. If you enjoy the World War II style content, There is a whole playlist on my channel on it with a mixture of World War II and the bushcraft and the camping and everything like that, in not just the woods but also in air raid shelters, pillboxes, all that sort of thing. So if you're interested in that type of thing, then I'll pop a link up here or check out the link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.